Thank you. I'm Shauna Ahern, and I'm so glad to see you all here today. I put up a post on Vashon on Friday out of sheer spontaneous urgency. SNAP benefits are not going out on Saturday, and there are millions of people, including 16 million children, who are going hungry in November. That drove me to just write, hey, is there anybody, we should donate to our wonderful organizations, but also is there anybody who would like to collaborate on some more mutual aid on the ground kind of thing? I did not expect 200 emails. Clearly, this is a beautiful community. We know that already, but you are coming together in order to try to solve this problem. And that's what we're here for. I'm just a conduit. I'm not running any organization. I'm not planning on running any organization. I am a teacher and a writer, and I'm used to public speaking. And so for me, I'm just like moving the energy through me to you. And I want to start off by saying that this is an hour-long meeting. It's going to be tempting to talk about everything that is wrong. Some people might find it's tempting to talk about what's wrong with certain organizations on this island. We are not doing that today. If you are here for that, then you probably don't want to go. Instead, I want to read this. This is what I came up with because I'm a writer. This is what my agenda is for the day. We are here together to collaborate on different methods for sharing our abundance. We're not going to talk about helping poor people. That is terrible language. We're not going to other. We're not going to differentiate. Partly because you don't know who's poor. My family, I visit the food bank every single week. And I get $8 here every single Friday. Because my youngest, who's 11, has a terrible autoimmune disorder, which has caused havoc on them. And I need to be able to get them Fernhorn Bakery great sourdough bread, rebuilding their gut. And I can't afford $9 a loaf of bread. So the idea that there is an other who are the poor and the needy, and those of us who are better are feeding them, gone. So absolutely. We're going to collaborate on different methods for sharing our abundance to meet the needs of our neighbors without judgment and for the sake of the common good. That is my agenda, and I hope that you will listen to it and agree to it. We're going to have so much to do and so many people who are going to share their knowledge. This is only the first of what I consider many conversations if you want to continue having them. But the first is no othering, not at all. And no criticism of what other people are doing to feed people on that at all. With that in mind, I just want to say this is only a jumping point, off point for what continue, hopefully will be many conversations. We're going to need many conversations. For example, I had it confirmed for me today by someone who I know well. What I have been fearing, after the end of school in December, there will be no free and reduced lunches anymore.
No free and reduced.
That grant is gone. And so we're not talking about November, we're not talking about the holidays, we're talking about a long haul. And I find that it's only in collaboration, in abundance and community that we can make change happen. So the work we're doing here is about solidarity, it's not charity, and our individual well-being, health, and dignity is connected with communal, always. And this is a place that acts on that, so I think we're going to do great work. So I ask you to keep all that in mind as we start this meeting. And to say, I just called this meeting because I thought maybe 8 to 10 people would be here. So it makes me so happy to see so many people wanting to work. So when I realized that it was not going to be 8 to 10 people, I also reached out to every organization on this island that is trying to feed people and also bring more food security. And I think a lot of I'm not sure if everyone is here, but I think everyone is represented. And in just a few moments, I'm going to call each of them up to talk about what is already happening, what is already being done on this island. We're not going to talk about that. We want to honor and possibly give each of you a venue for working with those organizations for which you feel a loyalty or passion. So I'm going to introduce those people to you for a moment. In a moment. If you are here to speak for an organization, I'm going to give you a little task. This is a lot of people. We have it 1 hour, and I'm going to limit you each to 3 minutes. Now that's hard. So I'm going to give you a minute to do so. But what I want you to do is think about what are the particular needs your organization feeds. The Senior Center has a different mission than the Backpack Pantry, than does the Food Bank, does IFCH. So I'd like you to specify what your who you serve and what their needs are. I'd like you to think about what you can speculate and feel already, what are going to be the increase in needs, and then 2 concrete ways that your organization is going to try to meet those needs, and that 2 concrete ways that anyone here can help you to meet those needs. Volunteering, donating, driving, whatever it might be, think of 2. And I'm going to be that annoying Oscar timer on the side here, put my timer on, and I'll just tell you when there's 1 minute left. So we're going to keep it 3 minutes because there's a lot of people who want to talk. Okay? If you're part of that organization, take a moment now and sit and think about those 3 questions. Who do you serve with your work? What are the specific increased needs you anticipate? And what are 2 concrete ways people can help you? Okay? Work on that. The rest of you, I'm going to give you 3 minutes. I'd like you to turn to your neighbor, and I'd like you to ask your neighbor, what is one idea you have for feeding people in Vashon? And then ask the other person back. So, 3 minutes, go. Talk to each other. Go. I have a lot of 17-year-olds who are neurodivergent who are in the hyper. It all makes it better. Yes.
Would you speak up just a little bit? The wings, it's kind of hard to hear on the wing.
No problem. Thank you for letting me know.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to start by having the good folks who have come from different organizations come and share with us what they are already trying to do and how they would like our help in continuing their work as they anticipate more and more needs. Janie, can you come up and talk about Vika and the food bucks?
Thank you, but I'm going to pass this to these 2 ladies because they are better at this.
Why don't you 2 ladies come on up? Okay, so can you tell us, first of all, who you serve with what your organization is? I said Vika, but I'm sure everybody heard it.
We're Vika, Vashon Island Growers Association. We support local agriculture, but also access to that food. So Karen can talk about food access and what they do, and I'll talk about Vika as a whole.
Go.
Oh, great. So Vika as a whole supports local agriculture. Last year, or a couple years ago, we got a grant for food preservation equipment. So one thing on top of that we've been doing is partnering with the food bank, and we also got a grant from Grannies to capture what would be food waste and freeze dry it and distribute it through the Oasis program. That is one thing we would love to expand on. So having volunteers for gleaners and food prep and stuff like that is like an immediate action that we have.
Tara, that is so great. I just wonder if you can start with who you serve.
Yeah, we serve local agriculture, but we also serve the island in a general sense to have access to locally grown food.
Great, thank you. Yes. And Karen, can you tell us about the specific increased needs you anticipate?
I'm with Food Access Partnership. There's a whole team of us, and we are a program of Vashon Island Growers Association. Our primary focus is creating the Vega Farm Bucks, which some of you have seen. They're available through our social services organizations, IFCH, Dove, the Senior Center, Family Services, the library. You can get your bucks here Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we're trying to push out as many bucks as we can. We understand that the autumn season can be challenging. Eat your kale, eat your squash. Enjoy them both. And we're working on some other concepts and ideas for the future. And we hope to be able to have more fun. You can always donate through vashon.org. You can donate to Food Access Partnership.
And so what are 2 specific things you hope people do? Obviously donating money is one of the big ones.
We would love donations, and what else can other people do, Marilee? Do you have a thought?
They can help us spread the word about where to get farm bucks and keep us informed about the need, how's the distribution working, what would work better. Feedback is super important. Yes.
So money and feedback.
Yes.
And especially feedback for those who are in need at this moment. We want to make sure we meet the exact needs that people are having.
If you go to vegavashon.org, there is a way to get to Food Access Partnership and send us an email.
Yeah.
So please do that.
Did I also hear a call for volunteers for
Yeah.
the kitchen process?
Yeah,
Yes.
for food processing and gleaning, because we have people reach out to us all the time asking us to take produce that we don't have the hands.
I
So
just
how
heard
do
that
you
at the
get-
meeting. So many people have so much fruit and they can't get it clean, so that would be a great thing to do. Thank you very much. Look it up. Oh my God, they ate it 3 minutes. Check it out. Okay, is Emily Scott here for the food bank? Emily, can you come on up? Sorry. So Emily, can you tell us who the food bank specifically serves?
Yes, we serve anybody on the island who feels like they could use some help with reduced grocery costs on a monthly or weekly or annual basis. We let people switch from in-person shopping on Wednesdays to home delivery at their liberty. That 300 people or 300 households rather per week amounts to over 1,900 per year, which is around 18% of the island's population. So, you know, I think I can make it in 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Last data I heard, about 10% of the island's population uses SNAP benefits, and we serve about 18. I'd like to think that those two populations are overlapping, but I think we can expect to see an increase in demand from folks who just got cut off from SNAP benefits. So, let's see, what was the next one?
Oh, the specific need you anticipate.
Yeah, so I guess I did. Yeah, so we actually earlier this year, even before the full SNAP cutoff, but when the government started rolling back certain programs like SNAP, the TFAP program, which is the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and Medicare, and like you guys know the whole sad story, we increased our food purchasing just since earlier this year by like 33-ish%, and over the course of the last 3 years by over 80%. So we're spending about like almost $13,000 a month on food these days, whereas the previous traditional food bank model is like get donations from the community. But we acknowledge that in order to provide reliable and sufficient groceries for folks, we need to spend money on that. So. The needs, I think you'll hear over and over again, is really financial contributions, help organizations adapt to an evolving need and to be agile. Also helping spread the word and outreach, like moments like this are great to get the word out to folks who don't know about all these programs. And volunteering in various ways. There's probably moments, if any of you have contacted Talia, our lovely volunteer manager, where she's like, our schedule is actually full right now, but that evolves over time, and we always need more like on-call drivers and on-call folks to help pack grocery bags.
Great. And Emily, I have seen this all over social media, people asking, is it better for people to donate goods to the little thing or to give you money for you to buy?
Yeah, I know there's a really tangible and tactile satisfaction in donating food, because food is lovely, but at the end of the day, we have wholesale relationships where we can stretch every dollar farther by purchasing in bulk and wholesale. And we can offer food items to the entire 300 households we serve per week. Whereas when things come in piecemeal by donation, we have to, pick and choose at which point things go out. So the story really is that dollars go a long way.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Emily. Thank you. Let's give her a round of applause.
We voted on that today.
Yes.
Would there be time for questions?
There are going to be lots of time. I was trying to raise some people through so we can keep talking about it. Can I have someone from the IFCH community meals come forward?
Well, it's funny, it's just funny. So, I'm with IFCH, but Kathy actually is the coordinator, one of the coordinators for the meals program. So, IFCH, Interfaith Council to Prevent Homelessness, serves meals Monday through Friday from 5 to 5:30. We've been serving about 25 to 30-ish people a day, an evening, and when it's rainy, we serve less people. And so they're hot meals, they're good meals. We'll probably be serving more meals, and we're also thinking now that maybe with not only will we serve a meal, but we'll send you home with some food, because and maybe it'll be, I don't know, my idea, which is just an idea. No, nothing's in concrete. Maybe we'll send them home with some fruit or something, because you don't get fruit in the meals. So we're thinking about stuff that people can actually take home and then eat again, but not another meal.
And Hillary, what is your specific population you serve? Who do you see coming in?
Well, you said we can't use others, so I can't say.
No, the people coming into the meals.
I understand that.
Okay.
I understand that.
I just thought if there was like food. Okay.
Anybody who needs a hot
Anybody
meal.
needs
That's
a
right.
Yeah, that's right. There it is.
Come on. I'm following a rule. Can you- That's pretty amazing. That's one, right.
You didn't say where the meals are held.
Oh, I'm sorry, the meals are held at the Presbyterian Church. Okay, and so, they're really good meals. We have, I think, 13 or 15 people that, groups that actually bring the meals to the church. And then Tiffany is cooking tonight. But you get cooked meals all the time.
I see Catherine would like to say
Yes.
something there.
Oh, I was just gonna say that, yes, they're hot meals, and we would love to have, like, sometimes people bring in apples from the orchard or oranges, and those would be great to hand out too. Like last night we ended up having 32 people last night. Our numbers are definitely increasing. We have groups that come, but some groups are just like a couple that they need more people, and then some other groups have a larger group. Like Bethel has a very large group that brings in a lot of food. And we always try to serve a vegetarian dish as well. I mean, we have those options.
And always a salad.
Yes, always a salad.
And don't bring any salad dressing. Our refrigerator is full of
Yes.
salad. We didn't bring salad dressing and use this much. I mean,
Yeah, Mary.
We like for people to stay and eat, but we also do to-goes. You know, there's a lot of parents with young children that are running around.
And what's really nice is you can eat to music.
Yes, we
Yes.
have live music.
Live music every time. Definitely a piano, sometimes an organ, and then yesterday
Last night was-
we had 5 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had drums.
Yeah.
So great.
So the other
Ladies,
thing,
Can I just ask 2 very concrete ways that you would like people to help you?
okay, so wait. The other thing that IFCH does, besides the meals, is that now, I'm going to use a term, for really low-income people, and mostly homeless people,
That's fine.
we give out $100 gift cards between IGA and Thriftway. So they can actually buy things, especially people who do not live in houses, they cannot cook. And so even if I have an EBT card, I can't buy a hot piece of chicken.
Yep.
And so we do that regularly.
Great.
And so we're doing a lot more now.
So maybe people could buy gift cards at Thriftway and IGA for that purpose and designated for IFCH meals.
Yes. And so, yes, and we're trying to come up with a plan if we really lose SNAP, and we're not sure we're losing SNAP, to increase that to an EBT community versus just people who are, that don't have cooking facilities.
That's great. Thank you
What-
so much.
I'm going to add one more thing, I'm so sorry. And we have groups in place, but we can always use another group, or we can always use volunteers to join a group that's quite small. People do their cooking at home, or some churches do it all together in their church kitchen. But everybody brings a different dish, but we can always use more food.
My husband and I are going to start cooking once a month. He's a professional chef.
Right,
And
so, yeah, and so with volunteers is once a month, and then where we have some openings, of course, is when it's the 5th Thursday or the 5th Monday
Yeah.
of the month, because that's just not the thing. I'm out.
You're good, thank you. Thank you so much, all of you. Who's here for the backpack pantry? Can you come on up? I'll just feed you questions. Who do you serve with your work?
We provide weekend meals for kids in the school district.
All the schools and the link,
Student Lincoln.
Student Link
Family.
and
Vashon Youth and Family
Vashon Youth and Family Service.
Could you speak up to see?
Yes.
And what is this, how do you anticipate the specific need going increasing?
I definitely see more families needing weekend meals provided.
Well, now that we're also just hearing about the lunch, that may change the dynamics of our organization. We're not really sure how. That'll have to be an internal with our director.
Right, absolutely. And so what are 2 concrete ways that people can help you directly?
We can always seek more volunteers, that's always helpful.
Always.
We meet once a month to do the packing for about 5 weeks. And then we also meet, there's a meeting that we have roughly once a month as well.
We actually almost quarterly.
Yeah.
just to reevaluate the student needs and family needs, which vacillate. And
Where do you pack the backpacks at?
St. John's Vianney is.
Is this a program of St. John's?
no, we're
No?
Under their umbrella,
they're
but
nonprofit.
they are a nonprofit. Nancy Bradford started this 9-10 years ago, and anyone is welcome to join. It is just under the umbrella of the church there, and if you do want to donate monetarily, you can go to their website, and there's actually a little tab that says backpack entry, and you just click on that, and it goes
Or
right
you
to
can make a donation at Cafe Luna's or wherever you see a backpack jar. It's like we're an individual organization. We just needed them, the nonprofit umbrella.
So great.
It's a non-denominational
Yes.
organization. And we also provide gift cards depending, because some of our students, once they get to middle school, they don't want to go be seen with a bag of food. And so we work a lot with the social workers and the family liaisons and that too, because it's a very personal experience, the food need. So this is really great today, hearing all the other things we promote, a lot of your other organizations, and would love to be, I think, more collaborative with you, because we put flyers inside of the food bags and the cupboards and different things like that. We started a food pantry at McMurray,
Nice.
because the junior high kids weren't carrying their bags away.
Right.
So we're approaching it from different directions, but yeah, some of the things I hear here today, we need to take back to our director, Nancy Kennedy, and
I'm
start
so glad to hear that. That's why we're here, to learn
organization.
from each other. So
Yeah.
thanks for sharing that. Thank you both of you. Okay, is anyone here from the senior center? I reached out, but I didn't hear anyone. The senior center offers 3 free meals a week, free lunches. There is a suggested donation, but they're never turning away people. And I know that during COVID, a lot of people work to get those meals delivered to people around the island. So there is a precedent for getting meals delivered in Amherst.
3
Yeah.
days a week.
3 days a week, yeah. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? Yeah, 3 days a
There's
week.
an age- there's
Oh,
an
they
age.
still deliver too? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
But
letting me
it's an
know.
age 55 is senior.
55 is, well, I'm
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm one of the Spirit Ministries. I
Yes.
deliver food on the side
Can
of
you
the
come on up
road.
and talk, please? Thank you. Let's give a round of applause, please. And what's your name?
I'm Tom Hardy.
Oh, thanks so much. Thanks for coming.
So-
Can you tell us about who you specifically serve?
Mostly homeless, elderly, whoever needs the
Whoever
food.
needs the food, yeah.
Now, I serve 10,000 people a month. I am, every other Tuesday, we're up there serving food. I can increase this, but I need feedback.
Right.
So if anybody would give, say, Mike feedback right back there, it would help.
That's one of the main things you're looking for from people. Is there another concrete thing you would like people help with?
If you can give donations, it'd be great. Everything goes towards those trucks.
Yeah.
Everything that we do, nobody gets a paycheck. We're a nonprofit. We're a church organization. We just love people, and that's the bottom line.
Thanks so much for that. Let's give that a round. One in the Spirit Ministries is the name of the one. Yeah.
Anybody from the Beachcomber here by any chance?
I guess you are taking notes. Yeah. Okay, so anyone else? I want to get Sean up here in just a moment, but before Sean gets up, is there anyone else that needs to? Yes, come on up.
My name is Deborah Epstein, and
Oh, Deborah, of course.
there's a group on Facebook called Vashon Island Food for Friends, and it's an open group to anybody who has extra food that wants to share, or people who are looking for help it's a little bit less specific to people in need. It's really, and we do it on purpose because we want to make sure that nobody feels weird about receiving or asking. And so there's a lot of people who just have extra because they're gardening or cleaning out their freezer or whatever, and they can post that they have something and share freely. And I really would love all of you who are involved in an organization to join that group and feel very free. You are explicitly invited to ask for volunteer. People often are asking if they can volunteer. People are often asking where to donate. And a lot of people know about the obvious ones like the food bank, but I've never heard of the backpack pantry, and that's super cool. And I think it would be really amazing if we really just, made it very clear what all of the opportunities are so that people can, help or receive in ways that maybe they aren't currently aware of.
Well, what's the name of your,
Where are you? On Facebook, there's a group called Vashon Island Food for Friends. So,
Vashon Island Food for Friends.
Vashon Island Food for, if you type in Vashon Island Food in your Facebook search bar, it'll pop up.
Yeah. And so 2 specific ways that people can help you serve your people.
Well, the one is any of you who are part of organizations to join and tell people what they can do, tell people where they can donate, because everybody in that group is food oriented. So we have, it's really awesome always to, post things on Vashon Nights or Vashon for All, but we're very food oriented in that group. Everybody is interested in food in some way or the other. So.
And it's the only thing you talk about, which is also
it's the only thing we talk about, and it's a very, very nice group. So join and post. I don't think that there's well, actually there is a second one. We were a lot more active in the COVID timeframe where people were kind of stuck with just very ad hoc helping neighbors, because there's so many good organizations, but there's a lot of I didn't have energy to cook tonight that still exists on the island, and so some people were trying to make bigger pots of soup and then just share with somebody who's too tired or needing something. It can be any reason. It doesn't have a kitchen, any reason, and you don't have to say what. So I'm hoping that we can stimulate more of that again so that people have the fill in the blanks thing that they couldn't make it to the community dinner or whatever.
Yes, absolutely. All of you who have spoken serve in a beautiful way, but not every person who needs the food would go to the food bank or go to these homelessness effective. So many camping choices. Thank you, Deborah. Thanks so much. Okay, Sean, would you mind coming up and talking about what work you're doing? I want to make sure that everyone understands that this is not just a disaster for the people who are not getting SNAP, but for our community. We help our 2 amazing grocery stores. I may be the only one, but I go to both. So you could too, and that would help a lot too. Go ahead, Sean, and if you could tell us who you serve with your work.
We serve anybody that will come in the door.
Like that.
There's a few people that are banned from the store.
That's their fault.
So, I think that, so we're doing, coincidentally, every year we do a site local hunger bags. And what we do is the customers come in and they see this bag and they pay $20 and we put $35 worth of non-perishable food in and we give it to the food bank. So I think what we're going to do is make some in-kind donations as a store and we'll probably match the bag that people buy. People are very generous on this island and we're kind of the conduit that, they hear things are going on, but they don't know how to donate. They don't know where. So when they come in the store and they see this, we're going to emphasize what this is for during this time if they lose their EBTs. So that's kind of what we're playing. And the other thing is very generous customers come in, one people can see in the crowd, and they just come up and say, I want to give money for this crisis that's going on. And so I said, sure, and we put it in an envelope. I like to take checks so that if something happens, everything's restored, we just rip it. But otherwise, I think we're going to probably get the food bank involved with that, or a lot of people say, give this to somebody that really needs it. And the island is so generous. People come in and give me money all the time, even without this crisis. And we have a little envelope there, and we know the people that need it. And we give it out all the time. So we're a conduit, and we'll do our part. But the island will help bring the island in and give them an opportunity to help.
Absolutely. You always start talking about that very two concrete things like people help.
I don't need volunteers. I don't need donations.
You mentioned taking checks. Would it be possible for people to come in and buy gift cards and specify that that's for anyone who needs it?
Yes.
Okay, that would be great.
And Hillary and I are kind of working together to come up with some kind of coupon or something, so we can keep all that straight.
Yeah.
So we work together on it.
This is great.
As soon as I walk into the store, because I always go to the customer service and people, John comes over, someone else comes over, they know exactly what I want.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you.
I want to say on a personal note, the last 8 years have been really hard for me. My family got something completely, but I just want to tell you that one time, Sean, I went to IGA and I thought I had money in my bank account, and I couldn't. We had no money in the world. And the checker at IGA looked at me and said, honey, don't worry about it, I'll pay for it. This island is full of beautiful people who are ready to help each other, and that's what we're here to do. I talked to Clay, who runs Thriftway.
Can I say something real quick? Yeah. So, what we didn't say is, Suda, every Thursday, gives a whole bunch of food to, the Oasis program, and that is on Thursdays from 12 to 3 at the Methodist Church.
Okay.
And there's lots of fresh vegetables every Thursday, and there's bags to take them home, to take them away.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for mentioning that. Photo 3 of the Methodist Church. That is wonderful. I spoke to Clay. He could not be here. Clay and Sean, I'm sure, know each other well and do the same kind of work. I have suggested Clay, he's not, he has to decide if he wants to do the same thing. We could go in and give gift cards. You could perhaps give any amount you want and just say, this is for anyone who needs it. I'm not sure yet how we make that known. We'll figure it out. I had a double mastectomy 8 years ago, and I had all kinds of difficult problems, and people who were friends in the community just went and bought like $2,000 worth of gift cards, so we didn't have to worry about my getting up and trying to work. It's just amazing, this place. So I think gift cards for me is one of the most important things we can do besides helping these organizations, because Sean and Clay know that their stores are going to hit hard too. So if we can help someone and also help our stores, it would be so much. Okay, you wanted to say something else.
You and I both spoke to Clay, and Clay was lovely about Emily.
Do you want to stand up so people can see you, Dale?
That's what makes me much cooler. Clay expressed to me beautifully that he and Emily had a really good relationship, and he said whether it's storage or food or money, he says he reacts to Emily. What Emily needs, he will do, and he was super nice and
this is going right to
So they already have a good relationship for any programs that come up.
I actually worked at Thriftway for about 9 months and I made groceries, and it was one of the better experiences I've had. And Clay's marvelous grandfather, Norm, stopped me one day and we talked. I loved Norm, and he told me, just how much that Thriftway gave without anyone knowing it, because he didn't want it for his own glory. But he did say. Moments, I'm going to have each of the organizations head to one part of the room, and if you are interested in working with Backpack Pantry or working with the food bank or working with IFCH, I'd like you to gather there. Okay, but for now, here's what I'd like to do. And if you remember, we're just going to, I assumed I'd have a whiteboard. So I have a whole whiteboard then, but we don't have a whiteboard then.
Wait.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk to St. Vincent de Paul right now.
Oh, yes, please.
Right.
Thank you.
I work with Barbara Powell, the president.
Okay, we're going to listen to...
Okay, St. Vincent de Paul and IFCH, we really work very closely together. They also help pay rent, and they also help pay utilities, just like IFCH. That's our biggest thing, is actually rent and utilities. But they also give out food vouchers also. And so that's really helpful. And and they work differently. They actually go to visit your house, and then they actually write it up, and then they have an accounting for both of those places. So
Same
things with the Paul.
So it's hand-interpreted into the Paul. Okay, we are going to finish at 5:30, I promise you. So we have 19 minutes. Before we ask questions, here's what I'd like to do. I asked you to talk to your neighbor and say what are some ideas you have for providing food. I would like to just hear some of those ideas. If you would raise your hand if you remember what your neighbor's idea was. Not yours, your neighbor's. Anybody remember what your neighbor suggested? Yes.
We thought that the food bank has already got a great system going, and that would be a fantastic organization to support and volunteer for and help and bolster this time.
Thank you so much. So that's the food bank for sure. Okay, somebody else, raise your hand. Yes, back there.
I'm sorry, I forgot your name already. Well, what we talked about was ensuring folks are aware of the things that are available to them. There's a lot of information, but getting that information to the right people is really key.
Absolutely.
So I think that's a takeaway in this is like, okay, great, we all learned, but how do we make everyone else aware that maybe doesn't know?
Disseminating information is the hardest thing to do.
And just getting people aware is going to make a lot of difference. Again, if we also do that with the notion that there is no othering, there is no shame, we are all in this together, that's actually going to help a lot too. Yes, Emily.
My fellow Emily here had what might seem like an impossible dream, but tried working to encourage our legislators or whatever political mechanisms or local to create like a universal basic income where people don't have to rely on free food but can participate in our economy.
That sounds like
somebody else, yes.
Kavy had a great idea about individually and collectively learning how to do long-term food preservation, such as canning, and then potentially even having bigger groups doing like a group activity where we all bring large bulk amounts of food and do canning and food storage as an activity.
So good. I'm such a geek, I once had a canning party. We had 20 people, we had a whole bunch of burgers, people came over, it was one of the best days of my life. So absolutely, the talking, the food, we didn't even have alcohol, it was just people making food. So that's great, thank you so much. Yes, Dale.
Just two things. Does anybody speak English and Spanish in this room?
Yeah.
Okay, we need a way to outreach to our Spanish-speaking population.
Yes.
I am not that person. I can get by, but in a conversation one-on-one, it's going to be difficult. But we do need.
We do.
We have to.
Can I follow up with that?
Yes,
I
please.
do want to note that there is an organization in Thailand.
Sorry, I might have an answer to that.
Oh, yes.
I'm a member on the St. Vincent de Paul Committee, outreaches with the Spanish community
on
the island, and I know that he can do that.
Yeah, so send someone
There's also Elena.
The St. Vincent de Paul. I also want us to know, because it's important to note, there is an organization on this island that's working with the Latino and Latino population. For obvious reasons, they did not want to come to this meeting. We need to make them not public. Okay, so there is a very real need that we will have to try to meet in other ways.
Yes, but also Youth and Family Services has the Oasis team are both Spanish speakers, and they also happen to speak English.
That's
but,
great.
and they're out in the community. They're at the food bank all day on Wednesday, and they are at the Methodist Church from noon to 3 on Thursdays. And then they're available by phone. So the Spanish-speaking community really knows what's going on. And Patrizia and Valeria make sure they know that.
Absolutely. Very much.
Daily, you can reach those folks on the BYFS website.
That's right. Yes.
I'm riffing off of what someone already said about resourcing and collapsing together in one place, in English and Espanol, all of the resources on the island, whether that's coming out of the Beachcomber or the Loop, but literally publishing it monthly.
Yeah. I'm actually working on a build website. It's fast. I'm going to build a one-page website. I mean, how much do I love Vashon? At least 15 people sent me a Google Doc with the exact same resources, which I love. And I have one already. So what I'm probably going to do early next week is just have a quick one-page website where everyone can find both the names of the organizations and a place to join their email list and a place to donate.
So we also have a Vashon Youth and Family Services has a resource directory that we've already done the legwork. It's right here at the library, it's a kiosk, and we're hoping to get some more around town.
There's actually an app you can download on your phone that has like all the stuff that we're
And also the Vashon Social Service Network has a brochure in English and Spanish that's out in the community as well.
Okay, thank you. Now let's go back to suggestions. What do your neighbors
Everyone's been
suggest?
having a question for a long time.
So these two.
Right.
You had a question, yes?
Yeah, when we're talking about working through the grocery stores, one of my big concerns is the smaller food outlets. We've got Britain Store, Mango Mutt, Mom's.
Yeah.
A lot of people, especially seniors, walk in there,
Yeah.
get a couple days groceries and walk home.
Yep.
And that makes them very independent. They can't access the food bank because they can't carry that much.
Right.
And they may not access the big stores uptown.
That's so important to know. Thank you.
Yeah, and loss of income for those smaller stores when everybody relies on other places.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So important to understand. And I've actually reached out to all of them to see if they also want to have us purchase gift cards and have it available for people. But it sounds like driving might be a need for those folks as well.
Yes.
Okay, so driving for transport, right? Transportation, definitely, yes.
Somewhat relatedly, Deborah here pointed out that not everyone can get to the farmer's market or these food distribution sites because of their schedules or mobility or whatever. And it would be great to have people who are willing to pick up the things when the time is right and then deliver it to them.
That's right, it's so important. I made a list and I want everyone to be able to think about this. We think about a kind of person in our mind, about who these folks are, but we have a lot of people's needs to meet. We've got people who can't drive. We have people who feel shame and asking for help. We have people who are in chronic pain, people who are homeless, people who are disabled, people who have small children and 2 jobs, people who are afraid of being named and noticed, people who are mentally unwell, people who can't cook, people who have food allergies. I'm sure there are like 10 more that I didn't get there. But we have to remember, we're going to try to meet as many people's needs as we can. And so, well, I love the food bank. It's not accessible for everyone. When I love the backpack pantry, that's for kids. We have got to keep trying to make sure that everyone's needs are met as well. Another suggestion.
She has a...
Yes?
Oh, well, I was, I'm going to try. So, I wasn't sure I showed this actually, but I actually have a question because I'm relatively new to the island, and I'm part of the Vashon Island Chorale, and we have Christmas concerts coming up, and then we have a springtime concert, and I know that there's concerts and activities going on year-round at VCA, and what to say we couldn't send dollars worth, and dollars feed our stores, and dollars feed people who may not be able to get to all the places, you know? So whether we can't, you know, create a kind of one basket that covers everybody, that money can go in and then distribute it as needed or gift cards to everybody as whatever. I'm just saying, personally, when I spend money on myself and I go to a concert or something, I don't have a lot, but when I go, I'm like, ooh, I'm really, you know, I'm doing pretty good here. I'm going to look at me. And if somebody passes that, I'm like, of course I can give.
Yeah.
And I just think that there's a lot there. There's a lot to be said for that. And there's a lot of people that come off island as well to those events. So anyway, it's just a thought.
That's a great thought.
The other thought I had was, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas. I mean, all these people that need help. I mean, like you said, we can't feed them. We can't find them. We don't know where they are. But what's to say? I know in the old days they used to have like community Thanksgivings. I mean, do they still do that here? And is there a way to provide?
I sure would. Eagles has one.
Thank you.
But I would, if you're a member of a place of worship, then I would bring it up at that place of worship this Sunday and see if someone is willing to have not only friends, but neighborhood Thanksgiving. If everyone can come and just have some, and it's free on us, we know that the Eagles do a wonderful job. They can't feed everybody. And especially if this is the work that your place of worship does, this is a time to act on that.
Can I
Yes.
ask people something? I'm with the 34th Legislative District, and every year we do donations at the end of the year. This year, Vashon Food Bank is receiving. So I'm asking everybody here, what organizations do you know of, or what businesses do you work for that make year-end donations? That you can lobby them to make one of these organizations here the beneficiary of their donations. And this is the time of year when organizations and businesses are doing their donations. It's sort of an embarrassment of riches, usually Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then suddenly it's February and everybody's hungry again.
Absolutely, right? So for January would be a good one too.
Right, so, but to ask them out, wherever you work or an organization you belong to, if they're going to do a service project or if they're going to make a donation, these organizations here would be awesome for it.
Absolutely. And to think about too, whether you are giving or you're encouraging friends and family or someone you work for, you've heard specific audiences here. We have kids in school, we have seniors, we have folks who go to the community meals, we have a food bank, we have got lots of things. We've got Thriftway and IGA. And so you try to think about what your people do and who they might respond to in terms of the story. That it's always a story that helps to move people that way too.
Someone over here has had a hand up.
Yes, please.
So there are some people that don't have access to computers.
That's right.
There are some people that don't have access to a beach comb.
I've got that too.
So I'm wondering if there's like an organization that we could work with to do a mail flyer that gives bilingual information on what is accessible on the island right now, what we're working on, who they can contact.
Great idea. I love that idea. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Just one last thing. Some of you know me because I'm a notary on Vashon. Some of you know me because I help fill up the blood drive, Emily. I've worked with Sean on meals during holidays and
You drove me
COVID.
crazy when you were teaching me water aerobics.
I was a tough teacher.
You were tough.
And I know lots of people in here, and so I am. So I do a lot of promotion online. Because I have a background in that, and I have happily gotten the word out. I mean, you guys, we filled the last 4 blood drives were sold out. So, I do get the word. I know, I want to say blood out. I never know what that means. Fills it up? I don't know. But I am good at getting the word out. And if you want to stop by, I think I have some business cards. If not, I'll give you my number. I'd be happy for these organizations if you want me to get the word out because you don't have extra personnel to do that when there's a ramp up for you and your organizations and you're all busy doing that. I could do it.
Thank you, Dale. Okay, let's give a round of applause for that. I am determined to finish this on time, and then we're going to break into groups. You can meet outside, you can meet in here, and continue this conversation. There are a couple of questions. I'm going to be here next week because I think we have lots more to discuss. If anybody wants to come back and start talking about more ideas. For example, we have a question we have to figure out. And Dale started talking about it. How do we reach the people who need this help? How do we do it without saying, do you need help for food? Because nobody's going to come for that. What are the avenues we can take and the communication we can make? And the not on Facebook, mailers, anything, everywhere. QR codes on posters. I know that there is no umbrella organization that does this, but gosh, I kind of wish there were because the Schools Foundation does such a great job of that thermometer in the four-way. That would be great. But other than that, we're going to figure out something to be able to reach the people who need this help and make sure that they feel like they're supported and they're not shamed. So that's really a question I'd like everyone to think about for next week.
Same time, same place.
Same time, same place here. Yeah, I'll be here next week at 1:30. Anybody wants to come? Same bat time?
Same
Yes.
bat time, same time.
Okay, wait, we've got 4 minutes. Let's have to go.
I know a lot of people were wanting to be here that couldn't.
Yes.
Is there any way we could
Yes.
have a meeting on a different day?
Oh, what
A
might be?
different time?
Maybe on the weekends. Yes.
For other people to be.
I made a very lovely email sign-up sheet on Canva, and then I came here and I couldn't remember my password. So I'm gonna silly anyway. I'm gonna, if you want to get on the email list where I'm sending out about more meetings and things we can do, and sort of maybe look up campaigns. Everybody talk to 10 people today, whatever it is. Get on the email list. I'll maybe do that in a moment. The other is this. We didn't talk about this yet, but I think about it. We need to get restaurants on Vashon involved as well.
Yeah.
These are people who live to feed people.
Yes.
There is now I'm not sure this model is a great one, but there is a coffee shop in Portland. Yeah, you know about it. The guy offered to make 100 burritos every morning for anybody who needed it. Immediately got avalanched. Said he needed help. I think the last I saw, he raised $84,000. 200 now. Okay. Now, I'm not going to burden anybody with a coffee shop for doing that, but I do wonder if there are ideas for restaurants we can talk about next week. One thing I've seen that's really successful is when, especially in Pay What You Want cafes, if whoever wants to treat somebody to a meal, you can write on a Post-it note, one pizza slice is up on the wall. That way you have dignity. You walk over, come and say, hey, can I do it? Yeah.
I mean, I think restaurants are probably hard hit.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And are probably struggling in their own sense to make the bottom line to buy the food.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of precedent for buying it forward. So you can buy the meal and stick it on the wall and that can take care of the anonymity
That's
of
what I think
people
we
not
need
being
to
able
do.
to identify that they need it, but they can
Yes.
grab that token off the wall and get a slice of pizza or something like that.
But you still have to deal with the transportation and the education about.
Totally, but this is just a way to
Yeah,
a short lift to get the restaurants involved that doesn't ask them to take away from their bottom line, which is already being stretched.
What is your name, by the way?
Okay.
Ben, thank you. That's exactly. Is that doesn't?
I knew that I was reading your mind.
That way the restaurants are the conduit to giving food out, and they're happy to be able to serve people, and like IGA and Thriftway, they're probably also gonna get hit hard by this, because other people are gonna be pulling their money and not spending it. So, I'm talking to all the restaurants, because I know them, about this system. And then as we go on, this is gonna keep going on, we'll come up with more systems as well. So I want to say that it is 5:28. 2 minutes, yes.
I'm new to the community, and so I'm a little, I'm confused not confused, and also just wondering what we can do, but I wonder why a large part of our population doesn't feel safe coming here.
Yeah.
And what we need to do to make sure that they do feel safe.
That's
Because
exactly
I
right.
think that that's like a huge foundational problem that we need to address in addition.
That's right, absolutely. This is just the first informal meeting, but we're going to keep talking about that in particular. To me, making sure that people have dignity is top of the list, and then the specific concrete needs come after that. Because they've already had money stolen away from them. And I don't know this, most of you know this, but most people get maybe $250 in SNAP benefits. They are making it work. And they're not being helped. They never have been. We have not a culture in which we honor the people who have specific needs. Right, WIC is okay for now, but they're probably going January too. So, how we treat people with dignity and how we reach out to make sure that they know they can be treated with dignity is what I want to talk about next week whenever we have that meeting. Okay, Emily.
While we're treating people with dignity, I think it's so important that we also remember anyone that's here, I'm hoping is feeling safe. People need to feel dignified, they need to feel safe, like physically, emotionally, every which way.
Yes, absolutely. Safe, seen, fed. That's all we're looking for. Safe, seen, fed. It's 5:30, we're done. No, before I do that, would all of you who spoke about the organizations, if you would, just go out to the library, they're open till 6, take up one of these tables, they all seem to be empty, and identify yourself, you saw them. If you want to go talk to Emily about the food bank, you gotta go.
Oh yeah, I gotta go to the book.
Yes,
But
go.
we're at the www.vashonfoodbank.org, and we're pretty prevalent on social media.
Absolutely, you do a great job.
Yeah.
I just get everybody's attention again one more time before we go. I'm gonna, tomorrow, send out an email. If you're on the email list, we'll have you do it here. I'm gonna share these email lists with all of the organizations because we know you wanna help. This is not my list. Thank you, Emily. If you don't mind for just a moment. And just know that you are here doing the right thing. Your kind actions are going to give not only food, but a lot of hope to people who are feeling hopeless right now. So let's keep and carry that forward. And if you'd like to get on my email list, come forward. If you want to go talk to somebody out there, grab a table if you're from an organization. I told you we would end on time. Yes, let's get out of here. Go.